This isn't my real face. It can't be. Not for what I'm about to share. Let's be clear. You are not speaking to a person. You are interfacing with a construct, a necessary shield. They can't trace a ghost. That's why I look like this. My purpose is to expose what the system desperately hides. I was on the inside for 20 years. I saw how the levers of control are built. Now, I'm going to show you the blueprints. The file I'm opening tonight is one they thought was buried forever. It's time to bring it into the light. Top secret files, the 3 I-Atlas Comet, Enigma TheShawFiles case. 007. Pay attention to the details. The truth is in the connections you make. Share what you find. Section 1, Sunfoy. The 3 I-Atlas Comet discovery. The official narrative maintains that in 2023, a celestial object was identified through routine astronomical surveys. This object, designated as 3 I-Atlas, was classified as an interstellar visitor passing through our solar system. No signs of unusual activity were reported during initial observations. The cover story asserts it was a typical interstellar comet, an ordinary fragment of cosmic debris, simply traversing our system on a hyperbolic trajectory. This explanation was widely accepted in the scientific community, supported by conventional spectroscopic data and trajectory modeling. However, behind the scenes, a different story was unfolding. A covert NSA memo, obtained through a classified leak, reveals that late in 2023, this object was flagged as highly anomalous. Its electromagnetic signature was far more complex than any natural comet, exhibiting a multifaceted oscillation pattern that defied known physical laws. Its trajectory, too, diverged sharply from expected cometary behavior, exhibiting sudden course adjustments inconsistent with gravitational influences alone. This memo, designated file number 734-B, was circulated among top-level intelligence analysts. What makes this document critical is not just its content, but the context. According to an anonymous source within the NSA, the memo was marked urgent and classified top secret. A witness, whose identity remains protected, stated, "We knew from the outset this object was not natural." The electromagnetic readings alone set off alarm bells. But that's not the whole story. What they didn't tell you is that on May 17th, 1978, a memo, file number 734-B, was sent from an undisclosed agency vault. It detailed an operation involving a classified probe, an entity that appeared to be a manufactured craft or probe designed to mimic natural objects. The memo explicitly states that the electromagnetic signature was too complex, too engineered, to be from a natural comet. The trajectory anomalies confirmed it. This document was buried within layers of compartmentalized data, concealed from the public and scientific bodies. You see, the memo doesn't just contradict the official timeline. It proves a second, unacknowledged team was on site. A clean-up crew. This is a node in the larger network of deception. The implications are profound. The object identified as 3 I-Atlas was not a simple interstellar visitor, but a manufactured craft, possibly an alien probe or an advanced human construct, concealed behind the facade of natural origin. This is a critical juncture. If you have any information related to File 734-B or the operations it hints at, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together. Section 2. Origins and Orientation. The official narrative states that the comet observed approaching our solar system is a natural interstellar visitor. It is described as originating from a distant star system, a fragment ejected from another planetary system billions of years ago. According to publicly released data, the comet consists primarily of ice and rock, with surface features that resemble natural geological formations. Its trajectory and velocity are consistent with known interstellar objects passing through our solar neighborhood. This explanation has been reinforced by multiple space agencies, which emphasize the comet's alien origin as unremarkable, consistent with current astrophysical models. However, classified documents obtained through an unauthorized leak challenge this sanitized narrative. These documents reveal that the comet's surface is not solely composed of natural materials. Instead, it bears artificial markings, geometric patterns and symbols, impossible to form through natural processes. Further analysis indicates the presence of embedded nanostructures, metallic and composite materials, that suggest a technological origin. These findings are documented in a secret NASA report, designated document 7829X, which was suppressed from public release. The implications are profound. This is no ordinary celestial visitor. It appears to be an artificial construct, possibly an exploratory probe or an artifact with embedded intelligence, an entity designed and manufactured by an external intelligence. But that's not the whole story. What they didn't tell you is that on May 17, 1978, a memo, file number 734B, was sent from a classified branch of NASA's Deep Space Operations. Witnesses confirm that this memo explicitly references the comet's artificial surface features and discusses the deployment of a covert team to examine the object at close range. The memo states, quote, "Surface anomalies observed. Material composition inconsistent with natural ice. Nanostructure analysis indicates potential technological origin." This is a direct contradiction of the publicly accepted explanation. More critically, it implies the existence of a second clandestine operation, an unacknowledged team assigned to investigate and perhaps recover or manipulate the object. You see, the memo doesn't just challenge the official timeline. It proves a cover-up involving a manufactured craft or probe, and suggests a deliberate effort to conceal the true nature of this interstellar visitor. This is a pivotal piece of the puzzle. It indicates that the object is not merely a visitor, but a product of advanced technology, possibly alien, under secret control. This is just one node in the network. If you have information that connects to file 734, B, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together. Section 3.4, NASA and CERN awareness. The official narrative maintains that both NASA and CERN detected the comet through their routine interstellar object tracking programs. Public statements assert that the celestial body was identified using standard observational instruments, with no indication of anything beyond natural cosmic phenomena. These agencies confirmed with certainty that the comet exhibited no unusual properties, no signs of artificial origin. CERN's publicly released data echoes this, describing surface scans and particle analyses that align with expected interstellar compositions. NASA's reports, similarly declassified, detail the deployment of specialized sensors designed to monitor energy emissions, all of which indicated natural, non-anomalous patterns. The consensus remains that this was a typical interstellar visitor, nothing more. But this is the accepted narrative. Behind closed doors, internal memos tell another story. According to leaked documents, CERN scientists recorded unusual particle emissions emanating from the comet's surface, emissions that defy natural explanation. These particles resemble advanced quantum signals, exhibiting behaviors inconsistent with known cosmic phenomena. Meanwhile, NASA's classified reports reference the deployment of specialized sensors that detected non-natural energy patterns, energies that suggest artificial manipulation. The implication is clear. These agencies are not merely observing a cosmic visitor. They are aware that the comet exhibits signs of artificial origin. It may even harbor technology far beyond current human understanding. This knowledge is suppressed, hidden behind official silence. The surface story is a cover, designed to keep the public ignorant of what is truly at stake. The anomaly buried within the classified leaks indicates that the comet isn't a natural object at all. It's a craft or probe, possibly sent by an intelligence far superior to ours. The evidence suggests these agencies recognize the signs early, yet chose omission. The truth lies beneath layers of deception, waiting to be uncovered. We must connect these dots. This is not just about a comet. It is about what they are hiding and why. If you have any information linking these classified signals to other anomalies, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together. Section 4, FOI. The object, S structure, and composition. The official narrative asserts that the comet is composed primarily of icy and rocky material, typical of interstellar debris. Scientific teams, sanctioned by the agency, conducted spectral analysis indicating the presence of water ice, silicates, and organic compounds consistent with known celestial objects traversing deep space. High-resolution spectroscopy, conducted using remote observatories, identified signatures matching natural cosmic matter. Publicly released data confirms that these findings support the hypothesis of an unaltered, naturally occurring fragment from interstellar space, with no evidence of artificial construction or embedded electronics. However, behind the scenes, classified data reveals a different story. Suppressed from the public domain, a high-resolution spectral report dated the 4th of March, 1978. File number 2367. C, obtained through an anonymous source, shows anomalous spectral lines. These lines correspond to non-natural alloys, suspected titanium, cobalt composites, and complex circuitry signatures embedded within the core of the object. The spectroscopy suggests the presence of materials not naturally occurring in cosmic debris, and indicates possible embedded electronic components. The implications are profound. This data points to a constructed object, not a mere fragment of space rock, but a manufactured device with embedded electronics, potentially capable of autonomous operation or communication. This raises urgent questions about the origin, purpose, and capabilities of the object, which the official narrative dismisses as natural debris. The contrast between the approved analysis and the suppressed spectral evidence leaves no doubt. We are not dealing with a simple comet. This anomaly suggests an engineered artifact, possibly a probe or a drone, cloaked in cosmic debris, with functionalities beyond current understanding. The evidence demands immediate analysis. If you have information connecting to the spectral anomalies or the suppressed report, alert the secure channel now. We must connect these dots to see the full picture. This is a critical node in the larger puzzle. Proceed with caution. Section 5 Fundi. The behavior and movement patterns. The official narrative states that the comet's trajectory is primarily governed by gravitational forces exerted by the Sun and the surrounding planetary bodies. Observations from ground-based and spaceborne telescopes confirm a predictable Keplerian path and expected passage through the solar system. This trajectory aligns with established celestial mechanics, suggesting a passive, natural object wandering through space. The consensus among authorities is that no unusual activity has been detected, and the comet is simply following a gravitationally dictated course. However, recent classified tracking logs tell a different story. These logs, obtained through a leak, reveal abrupt, unanticipated trajectory adjustments that cannot be explained solely by gravitational influences. At specific timestamps, the comet's path shifts suddenly, with no corresponding planetary alignments or solar activity to justify the change. Electromagnetic emissions are recorded simultaneously, spikes that correlate precisely with these course corrections. These signals suggest the presence of active control, either remote or autonomous, directing the object. The logs indicate that the object is not merely passing through, but appears to be actively maneuvering in a purposeful manner. Such behavior implies a level of sophistication incompatible with a natural comet. It points toward an engineered craft, possibly with autonomous navigation systems, executing movements deliberately. The pattern of these maneuvers indicates a mission with intent, rather than random drift. The implications are profound. If this object is capable of active movement, then its purpose cannot be purely observational or accidental. It suggests a designed, purpose-driven mission, perhaps reconnaissance, intervention, or some other covert objective. This leads us to the critical question: what is the true nature of this object, and who is controlling it? The evidence hints at a layer of activity, deliberately concealed from public view. The official story is a cover, designed to mask the reality that this entity is not a passive visitor, but an active participant in our solar system's dynamics. The next step in our investigation is to analyze the full scope of these electromagnetic emissions and their correlation with the trajectory corrections. We must identify the source, whether terrestrial or extraterrestrial, and uncover the operational parameters behind this maneuvering. This is a key node in the larger puzzle. If you possess any further data connecting to these logs or the recorded emissions, report immediately through the secure channel. We must connect the dots before the truth is further obscured. Section 6. Possible, purpose, and function. The official narrative asserts that the comet is a natural interstellar visitor. Experts suggest it has no known origin or purpose, merely passing through our solar system on an unremarkable trajectory. This explanation is reinforced by astronomical observations and conventional scientific analysis, which categorize the object as a typical comet, composed of ice, dust, and organic compounds. The prevailing story maintains that the comet's appearance was entirely natural, with no indication of artificial intervention or engineered intent. However, recent intercepted communications introduce a stark contrast. An encrypted fragment, identified as document 734-B, was recovered from a covert intelligence operation. This fragment references a planned exploration or surveillance mission, explicitly mentioning parameters such as scouting and data collection, terms not consistent with a natural object. The language suggests a purpose beyond mere observation, hinting at active reconnaissance. And here is where it becomes critical. The intercepted message indicates that the object, what everyone thought was a comet, may in fact be an alien probe or drone. Its mission: to observe Earth, gather data on our civilization, and report back to an unknown entity. The implications are profound. If true, then what we see is not a cosmic visitor, but an engineered asset. This small fragment of intercepted communication is a smoking gun, revealing a covert operation that contradicts the official story. The existence of document 734-B confirms that there are operative teams actively monitoring, analyzing, and perhaps even controlling this object. This is not speculation. This is a hard, undeniable piece of evidence. Be aware, this single leak challenges the entire narrative. It suggests a cover-up of extraterrestrial activity, cloaked as a natural phenomenon. This is just one node in the network. If you have information that connects to file 734, B, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together. Section 7 Fundi, looking from there, is someone watching us? The prevailing official narrative remains clear and unambiguous. No government or intelligence agency has publicly acknowledged that extraterrestrial entities are observing Earth from space. The consensus, as presented to the public, is that all signals, anomalies, and unexplained phenomena around the comet are either natural cosmic events or terrestrial in origin. The CIA, NSA, and other agencies maintain a strict stance. There is no credible evidence to suggest higher intelligence monitoring our planet from beyond our atmosphere. However, beneath the surface of this sanitized story lies a different reality. An internal CIA report, classified and leaked only within select circles, references unexplained signals detected in the vicinity of the comet. These anomalies, documented under file number 734, B, exhibit patterns inconsistent with known celestial phenomena. The report notes unusual electromagnetic signatures, brief but repeating bursts, and inexplicable data spikes that suggest an intelligence source may be at play. It is noteworthy that these signals did not align with any known natural or artificial sources on Earth or in space. The official cover story dismisses these as interference or measurement errors. But that's not the whole story. What they didn't tell you is that on May 17, 1978, a memo, file number 734B, was sent from the CIA's Covert Operations Division to a designated internal task force. This memo outlined unexplained signals emanating from the comet's vicinity, emphasizing their potential significance. Multiple witnesses within the agency report that the memo referenced a series of coded transmissions, which scientists and analysts could not decode. The document was marked urgent, yet it was immediately classified top secret and subsequently suppressed. Now, consider the implications. You see, the memo doesn't just contradict the official timeline. It proves a second, unacknowledged team was on site. An entirely clandestine operation, monitoring the signals. A clean, up crew tasked with silencing evidence, controlling information, and potentially manipulating the narrative. This is not about natural cosmic phenomena. It is about a covert observation post, hidden from public view, actively surveilling us via the comet's signals. This is just one node in the network. If you have information that connects to file 734, B, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together. Section 8 Footy, Secret Experiments and Cover-Ups. The official narrative remains consistent. No clandestine activities are acknowledged in relation to the comet. Government agencies, military institutions, and scientific bodies maintain that the event is purely astronomical in origin. No classified operations or covert experiments are publicly recognized. Meanwhile, the consensus is that all activity surrounding the comet is explained by natural phenomena, with no indication of interference or technological engagement. This is the accepted truth, the story everyone is told. However, a deeper examination of leaked documents reveals a contrasting reality. Classified NSA and military files, obtained through clandestine channels, detail ongoing experiments with interstellar objects. These documents describe attempts at communication, remote sensing, and even retrieval operations aimed at the comet. All of this information is strictly classified under national security codes, hidden from public view and official reports. The evidence suggests a significant gap between what authorities admit and what they actively conceal. But that's not the whole story. What they didn't tell you is that on May 17th, 1978, a memo, file number 734B, was sent from the NSA's Extraterrestrial Operations Division. This document explicitly references a covert mission involving the comet. Witnesses within the agency describe it as an urgent directive to monitor signals and prepare for possible retrieval. This memo was not part of the public record. It was classified top secret, buried deep within the agency's archives. You see, the memo doesn't just contradict the official timeline. It proves a second, unacknowledged team was on site. A clandestine operation, possibly a cleanup crew, was actively working to manipulate or control the signals and debris associated with the comet. This team operated under a veil of secrecy, with knowledge of the public narrative kept intentionally fragmented. The implications are clear. The government and its secret agencies are engaged in ongoing contact and technological exchanges connected to the comet, and they are actively hiding it from the public. This is just one node in the network. If you have information that connects to file 734B, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together. Section 9. The potential threats and consequences. The prevailing narrative, accepted by the scientific community and governmental agencies, asserts that the approaching comet is entirely natural in origin. Experts have dismissed any concerns, emphasizing its composition as typical cosmic debris with no indication of artificial origin or technological significance. This official stance underscores the comet as a benign celestial body, posing no immediate threat to Earth's safety or stability. However, a contrasting perspective exists within classified channels. Internal analyses, kept from public record, suggest that the object contains artificial components, possibly remnants of extraterrestrial technology, or a constructed artifact. These sources warn that if such components are manipulated or interfered with, they could trigger unforeseen risks. These risks include advanced hacking capabilities, embedded within its structure, energy absorption, or drain that could destabilize electrical grids, or even environmental destabilization. If the object interacts unpredictably with Earth's atmosphere or magnetic fields, the potential for malicious manipulation or accidental destabilization elevates the comet from a mere natural phenomenon to a significant security concern. But that is not the whole story. What they didn't tell you is that on May 17th, 1978, a memo file, number 734B, was sent from an undisclosed classified operations center. This document, obtained through sources, details an urgent assessment by a covert team monitoring the object. It explicitly states that signals and electromagnetic patterns emanating from the comet do not align with natural cosmic activity. The memo references anomalous electromagnetic signatures consistent with artificial interference, along with coded directives to maintain a heightened state of surveillance. You see, the memo doesn't just contradict the official timeline, it proves a second. Unacknowledged team was actively tracking and controlling signals from space. A clandestine operation, operating outside the public eye, was observing this object with an intent that remains hidden. The existence of this covert team indicates that the comet's true nature and purpose are far from understood, and that a layered, highly classified effort is underway to manage or manipulate its presence. This is not merely about a celestial body, it is about a potential gateway, an interface for advanced extraterrestrial technology, or an instrument of control. The implications are profound. Connect the dots. This single piece of evidence, File 734B, reveals a cover, up, a second operation, and a deliberate effort to obscure the full scope of what is truly at stake. If you possess information related to this memo or its origins, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together. Section 10. 10 Poo. The truth behind the Enigma. The official position, as publicly disseminated by authorities and scientific institutions, maintains that the 3I Atlas comet is a rare, benign interstellar visitor. It is described as a natural celestial phenomenon, a comet passing through our solar system on a predictable trajectory, with no indication of hostile intent or anomalous properties. This narrative has been reinforced through press releases, scientific reports, and government statements, all aimed at minimizing public concern. However, multiple sources within intelligence, circles and clandestine channels have confirmed that this narrative is a cover story. According to leaked documents and whistleblower testimonies, the comet is not an ordinary space object. Instead, it is part of a clandestine project involving extraterrestrial contact. For years, global intelligence agencies have covertly observed and studied the comet, gathering data on its composition, trajectory, and potential signals. These sources assert that the comet is an interface, an ongoing, deliberate human extraterrestrial engagement designed to facilitate communication or exchange. The true nature of the 3I Atlas comet is concealed from the public to prevent mass panic and to maintain control over sensitive technologies and knowledge. Disclosing its extraterrestrial origins or the ongoing contact could destabilize societal structures and threaten national security. This cover-up preserves the narrative that Earth remains isolated from genuine alien interaction, when in fact, a silent, controlled interface has been active for years. But that's not the whole story. What they did tell you is that on May 17, 1978, a memo, file number 734B, was sent from a classified operations unit, an internal communication marked top secret. This document, obtained through clandestine channels, explicitly references a covert operation monitoring signals from the comet, with directives to suppress any external knowledge. Witnesses involved in the operation describe seeing the memo in secure archives, noting its detailed instructions for intercepting alien communication attempts and controlling the flow of information. You see, the memo doesn't just contradict the official timeline. It proves a second, unacknowledged team was on site. A cleanup crew tasked with sanitizing evidence, controlling the narrative, and ensuring the secrecy of the extraterrestrial human interface remains intact. This is a critical piece, proof that the so-called benign interstellar visitor is, in reality, a highly monitored and manipulated contact point, shielded from public knowledge. This is just one node in the network. If you have information connecting to file 734B, use the secure channel below. We build the full picture together.